Welcome. My webcam. It no work. Nope. Yep, webcam just done. Okay, that's fine, because I'm wearing a tank top anyway. Welcome to TTWA. We are in our last few weeks of the T1 Clawmax. This won't be a double-decker show this week, just because it is very uncomfortable to be recording right now because of the level of heat in my apartment. And I don't want to record for 2 hours. However, we will have tonight the A bracket, which continue. The A bracket, which is the bracket in which everything is tied, and it's a nightmare. So, for example, we have... Bam. So we have Harley Race, Randy Savage, tied for first. Killer Kowalski somehow is tied for second. I'm sorry, Killer Kowalski is in second. And then we have Tyson Kidd, Beedrill, Sunil Singh, Banjo, all tied for... all tied for second to last, and then Van Hammer, who is mathematically eliminated from the tournament. However, this is interesting because there's only 4 more points to be gotten. Here's the match card for tonight: Killer Kowalski versus Banjo, Beedrill versus Tyson Kidd, Hammer versus Sunil, and that leaves Savage and Harley Race going at it. The number one and number one. We will have a definitive number 1 place wrestler tonight. So that means that we'll have someone at 10 points, which means that it is a must-win for... it's a must-win for Killer Kowalski, and it is a mathematically eliminated for everyone else. Over on the B bracket, Brian Pillman has mathematically eliminated David Starr, Chavo Guerrero, King Kakaran, and Ray Hechicero. However, his opponents could still technically win one of their matches and be... Brian Pillman needs to lose next week, or else he wins the B bracket. But the A bracket's still up for grabs, because the loser of tonight between Savage and Race might still have to worry about Killer Kowalski, and 2 will have to go up against the monster known as I don't know why there's no game audio, and I apologize. We'll have to go up against well, let's see. If Harley Race loses next week, he's going. Or if Harley Race loses or wins, it doesn't matter. He's going up against Van Hammer. If Randy Savage loses or wins, he's going up against Killer Kowalski. Ooh, he's going up against Killer Kowalski. So it's possible we could see a tie. I don't think it would be possible for anyone to sneak out. Basically, the winner of the main event of tonight between Randy Savage and Harley Race will be involved in the A bracket finale. Whether they win it or whether they have to tie for it and go and see which one of them wins is still to be decided. That will be decided next week probably. Oh, I'm sorry, not next week. 2 weeks from now. But yeah, we got it's over. It's over. It is. We are coming to an end of the T1 Clawmax. Also, heads up. Oh God, is that what the stream looks like, or is that just this thing being dumb? That is just this thing being dumb. Also, heads up, as I stumble to do something about the music here. Okay. Excuse me while we work some technical kinks out. Why is OBS just not showing up anymore? Okay. First off, let's lower me. Let's raise this. And see how that sounds. Okay, I'm talking. I am talking. I am talking. Test, 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 test. Okay, I'm talking. I am talking. I am talking. Test, 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 test. Okay, that works. That works. Okay. We're gonna lower this for my. Actually, hold up. Okay, that works. Okay. And, let's get on with the show, yeah? Yeah. Show. Woo! Okay, so, first match of the night is an important one. Killer Kowalski has to go up against Banjo-Kazooie. Now, Killer Kowalski needs to win this match, or he is mathematically eliminated from the tournament. Whew. Wait for the game to load. Okay. So, Killer Kowalski, ironically was at one point in danger of being eliminated from this tournament, and then just went on a fucking tear. He has beaten, I think, both people at the top. No, he hasn't gone against Randy Savage yet, but I'm pretty sure he did beat Harley Race. But yeah, so Banjo-Kazooie has had less success. He pretty much won first like match or two, and then just since then failed to really capitalize on himself. Good showing for the kid, very strong showing in this beginning of his career. But yeah, referee Herb Dean somehow, as I mentioned last week, I think, after we had that mod fiasco, for some reason the referee changed to Herb Dean, and I don't know why. So Herb Dean, your referee for this match. Actually, I think I might have put something on that like makes it to where the referees are alphabetically organized, and it changed the value. So like Guy Fieri was probably like in the games, as far as the game's concerned, Guy Fieri was probably like, let's just say referee number 3 or something, right? But when I made it to where they alphabetized, it moved everyone's personal values. So this tournament was set to have referee number 3 be the referee. I think that's what happened. Anyway, doesn't matter. Herb Dean's a great referee. So Killer Kowalski elbow to the head of Banjo, stomping away on the head of Banjo. We are getting very, very chill music here, and that's, I mean, sure, I guess. Hold up while I vote for something a little bit more rockin'. As we get a slam from Banjo on to Killer Kowalski. A slam from Killer Kowalski on the Banjo. Stomp to the head of Banjo. Claw to the stomach of Banjo. The young kid is crawling towards the ropes, able to actually power out of it early on in this match, understandably. I apologize for the background noise that you might hear. That is the air conditioner. It is too fucking hot out for me to not have it on for the sake of recording. I'm so sorry. I have to do this for an hour, guys. I will die. Shoulder blocks to the chest of Killer. Killer now stalking Banjo. Banjo with the Irish whip into Killer. Oh! Killer Kowalski counters it with a knee right to the head. Stomps to the head from Killer Kowalski. Banjo first man up. Banjo picking up Killer Kowalski. Going for a power bomb. Killer Kowalski reverses it into a back body drops, dragging Banjo into the middle of the ring. Banjo really has no reason to win this match other than bumping his statistics. However, Killer Kowalski needs to win this match to even be in consideration for the tournament. For winning this tournament, he would have to. So here's what Killer Kowalski's ideal tournament is. From this point on, Killer Kowalski needs to win tonight. Randy Savage needs to win in the main event. If Randy Savage wins in the main event, then we will see Killer Kowalski versus Randy Savage tomorrow, or in 2 weeks. Then if Killer Kowalski can win that match, he will have tied Randy Savage. Then he needs to beat Randy Savage again in the tiebreaker. And if he can pull that off, he will win the T1 Clawmax. Now, or at least he will win it for the A bracket. He'll still have to go up against the winner of the B bracket, who more than likely might be Brian Pillman, but we don't know for sure. If he, let's say Harley Race would win or lose, or let's say Harley Race wins tonight. Harley Race's opponent next week is Van Hammer. So Harley Race, not going to say he's guaranteed to win, because Van Hammer could pull out an upset, but it would be pretty shocking. So Killer Kowalski, and ooh, that's actually really interesting, because if Randy Savage loses tonight, then Killer Kowalski could, if Randy Savage loses tonight, Killer Kowalski wins tonight, then next week will be, or I'm sorry, next time they face each other in 2 weeks, it will be a very, very interesting match, because the winner of that gets a second chance at winning this bracket. If Harley Race were to win and then lose next week, or vice versa. Sorry, there's so many hypotheticals that can happen as a result of this match in the main event that I just can't hold anything. I'm losing it all. I have also had a really, really rough day, so I am very much just kind of waiting for this day to be over. Anyway, as we continue, Bulldog from Killer Kowalski stomped to the head of Banjo. This young up-and-coming kid's been really impressive. We still don't know who taught him how to wrestle, but like, that's probably not the world's biggest deal. At this point, he's been impressive for a rookie. A lot more impressive than some of the named wrestlers. Some of the people who didn't debut in this tournament. People like David Starr and people like Van Hammer. Actually, David Starr, I gotta hand it to David Starr. David Starr's been doing pretty good the past couple weeks, too. No. So, you know, more power to David Starr. Van Hammer, on the other hand, well, he's going up against Sunil, who was really impressive in the onset of this tournament. I almost thought I thought he was gonna take it. He was in first for a while there, and then just stopped. He just stopped being as powerful and just started losing, and it's mathematically eliminated him from this tournament. So anyway, Killer Kowalski with the pile driver on the Banjo. Drags Banjo into the middle of the ring. Checking his wrist straps. Stomping away at the lower knee of Banjo. Killer Kowalski now getting power slammed by Banjo. Who taught Banjo how to wrestle? We don't know still. Maybe after this tournament's over, we can maybe find out. But right now, we're more concerned with if Killer Kowalski, who looks to be tired, trying to keep up with this young bear, can actually, handle himself here. Both competitors down, both give at the same time. Killer Kowalski looks tired. He needs to put this one away now. As he goes to the top rope, going for his diving knee drop. He's finished many a match with that. Drags Banjo away from the ropes a little bit. Banjo gets up, though. Oh, Banjo looking tired, too. Big boot from Banjo. Body splash from Banjo. 1, 2, 2.9. Killer Kowalski's tournament almost went up in smoke. Power slam, or power bomb from Banjo. Pin. 1, 2. No, Killer Kowalski once again saving his tournament dreams. Torture rack from Killer Kowalski. Banjo doesn't tap out, though. Running power slam from Banjo onto Killer Kowalski. Killer Kowalski now. Another torture rack onto Banjo. Maybe he senses a weakness in Banjo. That's what he's going for. No. Unable to put him away. both competitors going for a punch and missing. Killer Kowalski with the headlock on the Banjo-Kazooie. Picks Banjo up, gets an elbow to the face. Body slam, or I'm sorry, side slam from Banjo. Both men down, equalizing move. Banjo first man up. Banjo now stepping back, getting in there. Killer Kowalski jumping chop. Killer Kowalski knee drop on the Banjo. Goes for the pinfall. 1, 2, and that's it. Killer Kowalski stays alive in this tournament. So now what Killer Kowalski needs is for Randy Savage to win his match tonight. If that happens, Killer Kowalski has a much higher chance of being involved in the finals of the A bracket, because as you see, he is tied. These two going at each other later tonight. So and Randy Savage still has to face Killer Kowalski. That's going to happen in 2 weeks. If Randy Savage wins, then Killer Kowalski will have more control over his fate. He'll still have to fight Randy Savage twice. So that's still an uphill battle. He's not out of the woods, but he's alive. So let's move on to our next match, which is between two competitors who are eliminated, really. But they're still doing this just for statistics and points and all that good stuff. Both of these B-Drill. Actually, no, I'm not going to say both of these competitors. B-Drill has been really impressive. He has a really, really cool unorthodox style. It's a shame that, he didn't even end up doing particularly poorly in this tournament. He just ended up maybe not doing as good as he could have. And he's still got a lot of tournament left. He's only lost out on, what was it? I think they have to fight 8 matches, so yeah, he's not doing like incredibly hot, but he's probably doing better than Tyson Kidd, who I believe is sitting at a cool 2 points right now, which means he's won 1 match. Ironically, I think that was up against Sunil. Now, Tyson Kidd is the reason this bracket is so weird. He reset the bracket. So by doing that, he gave room for Randy Savage to start to kind of crawl up, because originally it was Sunil and Harley Race. When Tyson Kidd a couple weeks ago beat Sunil the same night that I believe Killer Kowalski beat Harley Race, it stalled their upwards momentum enough time to give Randy Savage and Killer Kowalski the ability to kind of catch up. It tied everyone in first, and then as we've seen, it's kind of shaken out as, Tyson Kidd ducks right under Pedro. This is going to be a good match, regardless of standings in the tournament, just because these two have such a compatible style. Tyson Kidd came into this tournament maybe a little bit cheeky, tried to go for a count-out win on Randy Savage, and it didn't work. It actually worked against him. He ended up getting counted out in that match. And ever since then, he's been fighting more of an honorable style, which, kind of worked for him. He's won a match. He probably won one of the most important matches of the A bracket. Just didn't maybe pan out, wasn't maybe important for him, as he gets a knee to the back of the head. An elbow to the face for Pedro. Poke to the eyes from Pedro. Pedro not above using a little bit of cheating tactics in order to get what he wants. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that Pedro is a cheater. Pedro does have a more honorable style. He's very psychological, Pedro. He's very psychological. Pick a limb, work it, and stay with that. But he'll also kind of try and get in the brain of the opponent and try and make them start making mistakes so he can capitalize on them. Pedro now, look at that. See, he was feinting a run off the ropes there. Decides against it. Headlock takedown from Kidd. Kidd. I almost said, I tried to say Tyson and Kidd at the same time. Run into the ropes. Backdrop from Tyson. Goes for the pinfall early. Not going to do anything, but is going to put his weight onto Pedro. Body slam from Tyson. Oh, Pedro going to the outside, but look at that. Tyson Kidd not following him once again. Holding on to that remembrance of that count-out loss he had in the first match of his T1 Clawmax. Pedro now flipping the Kid, I should say. Goes for an early pinfall once again, just more so getting in the brain. Good counter there from Tyson Kidd. Kick to the head. Gonna go for a surfboard stretch here. Beedrill able to get out of that. Once again, Beedrill, more submission, technical, tactical wrestler. Submissions are going to be pretty hard to lock in on both of these men here, as a shoulder claw is implied. Kidd, once again, getting out of that fairly easily as well. Beedrill throwing an errant chop, gets ducked right under by Kid. Kid going for a Hurricane Rana, not able to get a pinfall, gets him in the ropes, but still impressive nevertheless. Beedrill now getting thrown into the ropes. I'm sorry, Tyson Kidd getting thrown into the ropes. Beedrill with some chops directly to Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd swinging neck breaker onto Beedrill, picks Beedrill up, locks him into an ankle lock. Beedrill crawling towards those ropes, able to wiggle his way out of it though. There are lyrics in this song. Beedrill now locked into this arm lock. Oh, look at that. That's a go-go plotter right there. Beedrill able to get out of it. Once again, these two are going to try and submit each other because that's their style, but they also need to recognize that because that's their style, they know how to, their opponent knows how to get out of them. So you're going to have to try and outsmart your opponent here and lock him in something that he can't get out of. Beedrill with the running cross chop. Beedrill sweeping the leg of Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd able to get up though. Looks like maybe he might have counted that at the last second. Ooh, knee to the lower back of Beedrill. Chop to the chest. Oh, Tyson Kidd looking to go for a discount lariat. Beedrill with his quick jabs able to kind of punch Tyson in the back and stop that. Butt to the face. He called it the rear view. Diving crossbody. No. That was a body splash, not a crossbody. Locks him into the surfboard again. Beedrill able to get out of it. Beedrill throwing Tyson Kidd into the ropes. Chop to the chest. A signature move of his going to the top. Another signature move, the crossbody. 2.9. Tyson Kidd barely escapes with his match. Tyson Kidd with the sharpshooter applied onto Beedrill. Beedrill slowly moving towards the ropes. Beedrill once again, though, able to power out of it with those legs of his. Beedrill heading to the corner. Beedrill able to get out of it. Tyson Kidd now in a bad position. Takes a phenomenal forearm. Beedrill with the moon 450! Springboard 450 from Beedrill onto Tyson Kidd. Oh, and Tyson Kidd with the package suplex. With the fisherman suplex, I should say. Goes for a pinfall on Beedrill too. No. Once again, these men are just fighting for pride and statistics at this point. Another fisherman suplex from Beedrill, or from Tyson Kidd. They're fighting for pride and to honestly kind of make their, almost been, and to make their less than stellar records, go away, get a little bit better here. Let's look and see what we're looking at here when we talk win-loss records. Beedrill is currently sitting at, oh shit, something's happening. Beedrill currently sitting at 2-3 record. Tyson Kidd, which is honestly a pretty good record, he could look to even it out here, and if he wins next week, have a positive record. 4-3 is nothing to shake a stick at. That's a lot of wins. Meanwhile, Tyson Kidd sitting also at a 2-3 record. So really, Beedrill going for a bite onto Tyson Kidd. That's an illegal tactic here, but it's gonna bust Tyson Kidd open. Yeah, there we go. Now Tyson Kidd's got blood in his eyes, blood, sweat. It's gonna be a bad combination for Tyson Kidd. He's gonna, maybe if he wipes away the blood, he's gonna have a little bit more of a slippery grip. It's a good strategic move from Beedrill, and oh my god. Did he just do the Starship Pain? But yeah, so both competitors sitting at the similar record here. The winner of this match will tie up their record, and then they will have next week to kind of try and make it an even number here. Next week, Beedrill will be going up against Sunil, and Tyson Kidd will be going up against Banjo. Tyson Kidd with the pinfall. 2.9. Beedrill able to get out of it. Now, they also could draw here, which is a possibility, as there is a 30-minute time limit. We have not had a draw yet in the T1 Clawmax. I guess actually, technically, if Randy Savage and Harley Race were to draw next week or tonight and both go on to lose their matches, that would be the most ideal circumstance for Killer Kowalski, as he would then win the A bracket, which would be insane. A poke to the eyes from Beedrill. Beedrill using a little bit more cheating tactics here. Maybe he's frustrated that he's been mathematically eliminated from this tournament. Tyson Kidd with the Desperation Fisherman suplex, able to buy himself some time. German! Just German Beedrill out of his imaginary shoes. Russian leg sweep. Tyson Kidd on the offense. Beedrill able to get up with every blow, though. Tyson Kidd runs directly into Beedrill. Both men down. Oh, Beedrill with the crucifix pin here. Not going to do anything because he was in the ropes. Beedrill biting at the head of Tyson again. Herb Dean counting him off. If he does not break that by 5, he will be eliminated. Tyson Kidd. Beautiful kick right to the head of Beedrill. Picks him back up, though. Not done. Drop kick. Tyson Kidd getting some momentum going here. Body slam from... But I don't know what's playing. These are way more chill than I wanted them to be. Oh, Tyson Kidd ducking under. Anyway, so Beedrill now dragging Tyson Kidd into the center of the ring. Double running chops to the back of Tyson Kidd's head. Oh, discus! Discus backhand! Jesus, spinning backhand to the back of Tyson Kidd's head. A fucking Hurricane Rana now just mounted punches directly onto Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd bleeding profusely from the head. This is what Beedrill was going for. Yeah, look at that. Beedrill's working the head of Tyson Kidd. We now see his strategy. His strategy this whole time was to weaken the head of Tyson Kidd. Maybe go for a knockout here. Tyson Kidd with the Russian leg sweep. Now picking him up into his sharpshooter. Beedrill's in trouble. Beedrill taps out. Tyson Kidd. If you excuse me. We're gonna fix the sound here real quick. Tyson Kidd wins with the sharpshooter, able to, I guess, put himself. Oh, shit! You didn't hear that. Able to put himself at least somewhere in contention with the rest of the people left in the tournament. Actually, no. Tyson Kidd's at 6 points. Tyson Kidd's gonna finish this tournament very high up. Which is funny. Okay. Really quick special thanks to Monster Cat for fixing the fucking audio situation. Real quick, let me just make sure this is not too loud. Really quick special thanks to Monster Cat for fixing the fucking audio situation. Real quick, let me just make sure this is not too loud. They crawl towards the ropes. That's not, as far as I know, that's not a mod. Because when my mods weren't working, they were still doing it. But yeah, no, they crawl towards the ropes now. It might be a mod. Either way, it's cool. I'll take it. I'll be real with you. I've never actually played any Fire Pro. I've only ever watched it. But yeah, no, that's as far as I know. That's just something they do. Because there was a point where, like, I have mods, but I don't really use them all that much. There was a point where they just didn't work at all because I forgot to update them from how little I use them. So I don't think that's a mod. Van Hammer. Woof. Van Hammer officially has the most losses in TTWA history. He's only ever won one match. One match out of... Hold up. He has won one match out of... What a stupid asshole. 7. He has 1 in 7. That is the most losing ever in TTWA history. He might be the first person to break double-digit losses. Sunil Singh, much better record because everyone has a better record by comparison. Sunil rocking that 2 and 3 as well. So Sunil could look to kind of even himself out here too with a really quick leg lock there. Chop from Van Hammer, elbow to the, blow to the back. Can't talk today. Potted power slam from Van Hammer onto Sunil. Both men go for kicks, both men miss. Sunil working that arm like he normally does. Sunil going for a quick roll up. Maybe it's possible that he's underestimating Van Hammer here. Van Hammer is a wrestler that knows how to do it somewhat effectively. He has won a match before against Killer Kowalski. He's, I think, one of Killer Kowalski's like few losses. So he can win a match. It's possible. It's not likely, but Sunil probably shouldn't take him too lightly. That wasn't meant to be a rhyme. Punch to the stomach. After this match, we are not going to have Randy Savage versus Harley Race right off the bat because we are still trying to figure out the #1 contender for the 3-man title. We have figured out who the 2 gauntlet winners were. Scott Steiner, Chet Chatterfield, and Nemesis will go up against the team of Dawn Marie, Piper Nevin, and Luke Harper. The winner of that match will once again wrestle next week when against a random 3-man team. And then the winner of that match will wrestle against another random 3-man team. And then by then, hopefully we will be able to do the T1 Clawmax finals. And then we're, like, obviously they'll get their title shot. But they still have to work their way up to it. That's still at least 2 matches. 3 if I don't do a... Oh, no, I'm sorry. It would definitely be 3 matches because we still have the B bracket next week, and then I think in 2 weeks I'm going to do both brackets together just to get it over with. So at least 3 matches, potentially 4. Oh, beautiful. Sunil, who does not have, the size, the strength advantage, just runs right into Van Hammer, knocks him right off of his center of gravity. Van Hammer, though, back body drop, using that strength. Elbow to the head. Sunil backing off a little bit. Van Hammer getting him in a dominating position. Elbow to the back. Goes for the camel clutch here. Sunil kicks out. Well, not kicks out, but struggles out of it. Oh, and just runs into a clothesline. Gets locked into this straitjacket here. And Sunil is able to kind of roll out of that. Sunil, submission master here. Or at least very technical wrestler. Van Hammer, less than that. So Van Hammer going for submissions is a little confusing, but let's be honest here, Van Hammer, maybe doesn't make the best decisions in the ring, and that's why he's 1 in 7, which is once again the most losing ever. we don't have a record. We don't have anyone who has lost more matches than Van Hammer in this company. I would also like to bring up the fact at this point to mention that TTWA has over 2,000 wrestlers, of which we have 355 debuted. So there's still about 1,700 wrestlers we just haven't seen, and I keep adding more. Out of 355 wrestlers, Van Hammer statistically is the worst one. He's doing all right, I guess. Van Hammer now blow to the back of Sunil here. Elbow to the back of the head. Now, in Van Hammer's defense, I do have to say, a lot of those wrestlers have wrestled 1 match. Out of 355, Van Hammer has wrestled 8 of them. 9 if you count this one. Will be 10 by the time the tournament's over. So, in his defense, he has been exposed a lot more. But we do still have a lot of people who have wrestled a lot of matches, such as the tournament title tournament winner and champion currently, Balrog, who is sitting at a good 20 and 4. Now Balrog is he wrestles in the tournament title division, which is the MMA tournament division. So he racks up those wins a lot faster than you know, Van Hammer would. But Van Hammer's been in those tournaments before. So that's where he got a couple of those losses. He's been in a couple of them, I think. We also have people like Kenny Omega, who I believe is like 4-5. Chase Owens, who is 5-0, who is our world heavyweight champion right now. As an ankle lock gets locked in on Van Hammer here. I just saw a 6 in there, but I don't know from who. Brian Pillman, who's also involved in this tournament. Whoa! Okay. Brian Pillman, who's also involved in this tournament, who's 6-1. And I love that move, by the way. It's my favorite move in this game. The dive into the ankle lock. It's so cool. It's the only reason I like. I mean, Sunil matches are fun, but that's my favorite move. 2, Sunil. Okay, Sunil needs to be careful here. He underestimated Van Hammer. You watch the leg sweep. Both men down. Sunil dizzy. Van Hammer. No, Sunil was a feint. Sunil's got Van Hammer in a sleeper hold. Elbow to the back. Punch to the head. Chop to the chest. Punch. Chop. Punch. Chop. Punch. Van Hammer. Strength prevailing. Van Hammer here. Woo. Brutal. 1, 2. Oh, Sunil's got to be sweating here. Not only is just losing at this point bad for your statistics, because like I said, he can even it out. He is rocking a 2-3 right now, and statistics are really kind of the thing that gets you brought back in TTWA. When you have over 2,000 wrestlers on the roster, that a lot of the time I randomly choose them, like using the random button, it's pretty hard to get repeat opportunities for the title. However, occasionally when I'm looking for someone more deserving of maybe a #1 contenders match, I will look at statistics. So, you know, that is something to be thought about if you're Sunil. And Sunil now going for a beautiful sunset flip. 2, 3. Sunil steals it from Van Hammer. Once again, real quick, just want to thank Monster Cat for coming in clutch here and giving us some music to listen to, because for some reason Fire Pro just isn't playing sound today. So we have to save this like 30 fucking times. We still have an important match to have before we have our main event, which is Harley Race versus Randy Savage, to determine who is going to be in the lead. This will be the first time in the A bracket that we will have one person in first instead of a tie. But first, we need to have a landmine deathmatch. I think. Right? Is this the one where the ring explodes? I'm bad at this. No. No. So TTWA is normally randomized. However, there are times where wrestlers get put into #1 contenders matches. We've had a 3-man tournament, not tournament, but 3-man gauntlet in which any competitor from, like, it was just randomized competitors, and then the winner of that match went on to next week to face 3 randomized competitors. At one point, we kind of lost who was still active and who wasn't. So we just started over. I figured out who was active and who wasn't. So we can actually go back to that. And we will. So we're going to have the 2 people, or the 2 teams who have actually managed to kind of get far enough in the gauntlet. They're going to go up against each other to determine who's actually the person in the middle of the gauntlet. Was it Lance Catamaran? No, it was Chet Chetterfield. I was wrong. We're going to fix that in a second. But real quick, not fighters, video games. Where you is, Nemesis? There you is. What costumes do you have? Oh, that's cool. Okay. Lance Catamaran was not the person I wanted. As you can see, a lot of wrestlers in TTWA. It was Chet. Let's check out the costumes. Oh, that's fun. I'm just gonna do normal costumes. Okay. And then, so that team. This is gonna be fun because I didn't actually check where the rest of these wrestlers are. And some of them could technically be. Why? Wait, hold on. Why is that all capitalized? Oh, okay, sure. I know she's in this, but we're looking for Dawn Marie, who I really could have sworn I put in Ruthless Aggression, because that's the era she wrestled in, but hold up. Okay, so we know Luke Harper is in this. Is it? Do we have old school Luke? Oh, okay, I guess we just don't get to know. Wrestler. I also have to figure out where Piper Nevin is. I had a guess here. Why is Mikey Whiplash in European? Okay. There she is. She shouldn't be. I'll fix that later. Because Viper should be in there, but whatever. I guess it doesn't actually matter. Shit. Was Dawn Marie in ECW? She might have been. Pretty sure she was. I have two Mikey Whipwrecks. Okay, note to self. Fix that later. This game really just needs a search option. There she is. Although I think this was a different Dawn Marie, but I've come out and said that if I have two wrestlers of the same that aren't a separate gimmick, I'm just going to use, like, they're gonna have the same statistics. So for example, I think I have like 3 Harley Races, but they're all the same gimmick, so there's not really a point to me like fixing them. Now, like for example, Luke Harper in Bludgeon Brothers versus Luke Harper in the Wyatts would be separate characters on statistics. Anyway, your referee for this match, Little Nate. Okay. Let's do fluorescent lamps. Remember, this is the match in which the tag tournaments are decided. The tag titles are decided, are in landmine death matches. So, Luke Harper going right after Papa Pump. Chet Shetterfield working with Papa Pump. And oh, look at that! Papa Pump going after Piper Nevin with Nemesis. Nemesis now, Luke Harper going at it. Chet Shetterfield, quick pinfall. Dawn Marie hasn't really gotten involved in the action yet, but she does slap Scott Steiner, staying off in the back. I believe Dawn Marie was the one who got the victory for her team last time. Big Papa Pump pinning Luke Harper, only getting a 1 count. Papa Pump, elbow to the back. Oh, and look at that. Nemesis kicking down Dawn Marie and Piper Nevin. Nemesis has lost to a girl before in his actual video game. Kicks to the stomach. Gator roll from Luke Harper, locking it in on Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner able to get out of it. Chet Shetterfield staying off in the back, going for an enziguri, misses it. Now Steiner and Shetterfield going after Luke Harper. Meanwhile, Dawn Marie once again kind of staying out of it. But her and Piper Nevin now teaming up against Nemesis. Assisted powerbomb from the girls. Right now, our tag champions is a team of all women. It is a team of Dump Matsumoto, Mickey James, and Mildred Burke. A team called the Eras. They're the third champions we've ever had on TTWA. They usurped the longest reigning champions, Team Mr., which was Team Mr. Miyagi, Mr. Kennedy, and Carl Anderson. Not Carl Anderson, I'm sorry. Ken Anderson. Ken Kennedy, Ken Anderson. Slap to the face. Another slap to the face from Dawn Marie. Dawn Marie and Nemesis teaming up, or teeing off, I should say. European uppercut from Nemesis. Nemesis choke powerbomb. Luke Harper saving his teammate. Scott Steiner went right into those fluorescent tubes and is bloodied. Nemesis has a bat and he's looking to use it. He's waiting for Luke Harper to finish up with Chet Chatterfield here. Piper Nevin comes in and saves her teammate. Dawn Marie is bloodied up Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner now on his back, getting dragged to the center of the ring. Luke Harper looking to help. No, Luke Harper goes after Chetterfield. Nemesis picks the bat up again. Drops it, though, to give an elbow to the back of Piper Nevin. Assisted powerbomb onto Dawn Marie from the team of Steiner and Chetterfield here. Oh, and a backbreaker from Luke Harper onto Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner locked in the submission hold. Dawn Marie just kind of watching as she do. Dawn Marie really not being that active a competitor. Chetterfield almost snuck away with that. Dawn Marie just kind of watched. Dawn Marie takes a bat to the stomach. Now going after Nemesis. Nemesis going after Harper. Punch, or just nailed him with a baseball bat. Dawn Marie taking another baseball bat for Nemesis, slapping him down to the ground as Dawn Marie. Oh, Nemesis goes for a fucking spinning back fist, misses it. And Dawn Marie slapping Nemesis down. I think Dawn Marie might only have slaps. Like, I think that's all her moveset is. I literally think it's just slapping. That's hilarious. Yeah, it's literally just slapping. That's so funny. Anyway, so it's like that I have a Chuck Norris in here that only does punches, or only does roundhouses. That's it. That's the only move he knows how to do is a roundhouse. It's hilarious. Anyway, so elbow to the back. Look at that. Chetterfield locked into a chicken wing here. Scott Steiner taunting to the crowd. Nemesis getting slapped around by Dawn Marie, who's apparently very effective at her slap game. Goes for a leg takedown there. Chetterfield now going to, getting an uppercut here. Not looking good for Team Steiner. Steiner getting mounted punches from Dawn Marie. Headlock from Luke Harper. Nemesis on his back. Piper Nevin, sidewalk slam. Chetterfield. 1, 2. No, Chetterfield able to kick out of that. Nemesis now headlock. This is looking very bad for Team Steiner. They're falling apart at the seams here. Steiner's the only one. Oh, Steiner recliner. Steiner recliner locked in here. Oh, and his team's defending. No, she's able to get out of it. Nemesis takes the fluorescent tube. No one been thrown out to the mines yet, though. Oh, and as I say it, Dawn Marie goes right out into him. Triangle lock from Nemesis. Dawn Marie has been busted open. Nemesis biting at Luke Harper's head. That's a problem. Can you get the T-Virus from Nemesis? I don't know. Anyway, Nemesis getting super kicked. Dawn Marie not contributing anything because Piper Nevin had the pinfall. Dawn Marie now mounted punches on Steiner. Mounted punches on Steiner. Chetterfield able to get her out of it. Nemesis with the DDT on the Harper. Harper's the beater in that group. Oh, honestly, fuck, dude, Dawn Marie might be. Shit. And Piper Nevin with some innovative offense on the Steiner. Luke Harper looking to maybe follow up on it, but Chetterfield coming and saving the day. Chetterfield, utility player on Team Steiner. Dawn Marie's out into the barbed wire again. Blowing up a second time. Nemesis got the leg of Dawn Marie. Of Piper. Piper able to get out of it with assistance from Dawn Marie. Now Piper into the barbed wire. Luke Harper's been busted open. Luke Harper rolled up by Chetterfield too. No, able to get out of it. Things have turned around for Team Harper. Harper now thrown into the fluorescent tubes. There's no more left on that table. Everyone is bloodied with the exception of Chet Chetterfield. Piper now 1, 2. No, Steiner able to get out of it at the last second here. Dawn Marie slapping down Nemesis, slapping down Steiner. Piper pulling Nemesis into the center of the ring. Dawn Marie going for something here, slapping Nemesis. Oh, gets an elbow from Scott Steiner. Steiner recliner on to Piper Nevin. No, Piper Nevin able to get out of that one. Ooh, when Scott Steiner goes right into that explosives, which is, it's karma considering he's the one who's been throwing people into the explosives. Piper Nevin looks tired. Luke Harper, though, he looks tired too, but he was a shit brick house as he ran right into Chet Chetterfield. Stomp to the stomach. Oh, dropkick. Ooh, Nemesis saved by the fact there's no more fluorescent tubes on that board. Oh, Dawn Marie runs headfirst into Chet Cheddarfield. Nemesis with the body splash. No! Harper barely getting out. Chop to the chest. These two teams are fighting for it. They want these titles. Body splash from Nemesis. On to Nevin. 2.9. Nevin able to barely get out of it. Sidewalk slam. Oh, Harper goes into one of the fluorescent tubes. Chet Cheddarfield getting kicked down. Chet Cheddarfield has really been the kingpin of his team here. Oh, all competitors going after Luke Harper. And now they're taking down Dawn Marie. Piper Nevin, helpless to watch as the game weirdly lags. Why'd that happen? Harper kicks down Cheddarfield again. Nemesis runs into Piper. Things have turned around for Team Harper. Nemesis stopping himself from going out into the explosions. Facebuster from Dawn Marie onto Nemesis. He's down. Facebuster onto Cheddarfield. Dawn Marie could have had it there if Nemesis didn't get up on time. Dawn Marie in danger, takes a chair to the face. Sidewalk slam from Nevin. They're both teaming up on Steiner, but they need to worry about Dawn Marie as she's getting pummeled with a chair by Chet Cheddarfield and Nemesis. Oh, and Piper's out into the barbed wire again. Discus lariat from Luke Harper. Steiner recliner onto Luke Harper, but there's a pinfall. 2, 3. Nemesis steals it. Steiner with the distraction. Nemesis able to steal a pinfall. On to Dawn Marie. The team of Scott Steiner, Chet Cheddarfield, and Nemesis move on in this gauntlet. Next week, they will face a random 3 competitors again. Can they keep it up? They have at least 3 matches to go before the T1 Clawmax finale. Next week is they're done with a third of it next week if they can win. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your main event of the evening. This match, let me show you why this match is important, right? Randy Savage, Harley Race. Well, let me show you one more time. This match already happened. He tied for first tonight. Randy Savage and Harley Race are tied for first. The winner of this match not only finally determines one person to be in first in the A bracket, which did not happen this entire tournament, it cinches that person's spot in if not winning the A bracket, but being involved in the finals of it. Because the winner of this match can technically still lose the A bracket. Killer Kowalski has a match against Randy Savage next week. If Harley Race were to win tonight and then lose in 2 weeks, he would have to fight the winner of that match. If Randy Savage wins and loses to Killer Kowalski, then we're going to see another tie in the A bracket. Now, what happens when you tie in the brackets, I tested this, is it does a single elimination tournament with the people who have tied for first. So we could see, technically, or possibly, we could see a 3-way tournament possible. We could see a three-way tournament possibly for this A bracket, or the winner of this match can go on, win next week, win the tournament. We don't know, but that's why this match is important. We're gonna see who finally can say, "Hey, look, I'm the best person in the A bracket right now. I've won the most matches. I'm the man you gotta beat." Randy Savage, as you can see here, won every match except for one. But there was definitely a point where he wasn't in first. Harley Race has kind of been in first this entire fucking thing. He's lost a match, but it was in the middle of the tournament, and it kind of was part of the bracket evening himself out and letting Randy Savage come and become tied for first. So Harley Race been dominant the whole tournament. Randy Savage been dominant most of the tournament, but there was definitely a point where things weren't looking so great for the Macho Man. is crazy to me this match never happened. I guess technically, Randy Savage really got into his groove as Harley Race's years in the ring started dwindling. But yeah, it's just insane that these two never fought each other. Anyway, Harley Race now getting thrown into the ropes, comes back with a knee onto Randy Savage. Randy Savage up, takes the European uppercut from Harley Race. Harley Race dragging Randy Savage into the middle of the ring. Maybe go for a quick pinfall here. No, lets Randy Savage get up, hits him with another European uppercut. Walks right into that, does Randy Savage. Randy Savage now with the body slam onto Harley Race. Harley Race thrown into the ropes, knee to the face of Randy Savage once again. Both men trying to get some kind of position here. Randy Savage with the power slam onto Harley Race. Harley Race takes an elbow to the face. Harley Race goes for a headbutt there, misses it. Elbow to the back. Elbow to the back of the head. Randy Savage working the arms of Harley Race here, going after that shoulder to kind of, take off the striking power of Harley Race. Harley Race stomps to the knees of Randy Savage. Randy Savage maybe not the best known for his high flying, but able to do it at a pretty good capacity relative to the era he wrestled in. So, something to worry about if you're Harley Race, who never really left the ground. Stomps to the knees from Randy Savage on the Harley Race. Harley Race with the diving headbutt now. Goes for a suplex, does Savage. Harley Race able to power out of it. Harley Race I would probably give the strength advantage to, but not by much. Both of these men pretty equal when it comes to their techniques, their styles, their bodies. So really something, both of these men know how they wrestle. They wrestle in that old territorial 80s style. So they're pretty familiar with that, which honestly we don't see a lot of in this tournament. A lot of this tournament's been a lot of people who maybe don't have the same styles, trying to kind of work their way around their opponent's style. Tonight we've seen a lot of similar styles, but most of this tournament it's been a clash. But here we just have old school wrestling here as Randy Savage goes for the knee of Harley Race. Now Harley Race tries to go for a grapple, and Randy Savage able to get out of that. Randy Savage has control of this match at the moment here. Randy Savage thrown into the ropes. Harley Race trying to get something going in his favor here. Elbow to the back. Randy Savage back up though. And Harley Race looking to pick him up for an underhook suplex. Randy Savage out on the ground, takes a diving knee for his troubles, gets right back up though. Randy Savage now with a European uppercut on Harley Race, dragging Harley Race into the center of the ring. Might go for a pinfall here. No, locks him into a sleeper hold, blocking the eyes. Hard for Harley Race to get out of that. Harley Race goes into the corner now. Randy Savage just stomping away at the midsection of Harley Race. Now he's stomping away at the arm of Harley Race. Once again, Randy Savage going after that arm, trying to take down the striking power of Harley Race. Harley Race body slam. Drags Randy Savage into the center, Randy Savage drags Harley Race into the center of the ring. Snapmare from Harley Race goes for the first pinfall of the match. Only a 1 count, but does do work in tiring out Randy Savage. Swinging neckbreaker from Harley Race onto Randy Savage. Power slam from Randy Savage on the Harley Race. Stomps to the knee. Punch to the stomach. Power slam to the outside. Harley Race thrown out of the ring there. Randy Savage does have the only count out victory, 1 in this tournament and 2 in the history of the TTWA. And a gutbuster into a diving headbutt. Vertical suplex from Randy Savage, both men down. Once again, we would like to thank Monster Cat for coming in clutch with their Twitch stream that they say you can just use the music for free with, because the music in this game just stopped working for some reason. So that's why you're not hearing Fire Pro music. It is because I couldn't get it to work. Anyway, so Harley Race dragging Savage into the center of the ring. Elbow to the back of the head. Harley Race now got something going here. Savage goes for a punch, misses. Harley Race, though, goes for a big boot to capitalize, misses that. Randy Savage capitalizes on that with the European uppercut. Randy Savage now in control. Harley Race winning that grapple. Elbow to the back. Elbow to the back of the back elbow to Harley Race. Goes for a drop kick to the knee. Does work, but doesn't get all of it. Harley Race is back up first. Savage taunting to Harley Race there. Locks him into another sleeper hold here. Harley Race able to get out of it. Roll up from Savage. That's in the ropes, though. Savage now getting thrown to the outside. Harley Race shorting. Randy Savage with a neck breaker onto Harley Race. Remember, this is a 20 count, so these guys do still have a lot of time. Belly to back suplex. Randy Savage on the outside. Harley Race getting back into the ring. Savage going to get in at the count of 14, though. Savage did not have enough damage done to him to get that count-out victory for Harley Race, who I'm sure Harley Race will take a victory at any way. Remember, Killer Kowalski. If Killer Kowalski wants his best chance of getting to the finals here, he needs Savage to win, because then he can fight Savage next week. He's going to fight him anyway, but I'm sorry, not next week. He can fight Savage in 2 weeks. He's going to do it anyway. But if he wins, then he will be considered tied with Savage. He would have to fight Savage again and win that match, but it's in his possibility. Meanwhile, in 2 weeks, Van Hammer is going to go up against Harley Race, and as we saw from earlier tonight, that's really not, it's not that much of a challenge, unfortunately. So Harley Race probably going to win next week, regardless of what happens here. But as he gets just dropped on his head from Randy Savage, maybe not. Randy Savage really going for these submissions holds, which is weird on Harley Race now. Harley Race, nope. Savage back body drop. Savage diving elbow drop. No, Harley Race gets a foot in the ropes. Oh, vertical suplex to the outside. Yeah, Harley Race signaling and that's it, but no. Savage gets up. Harley Race not having any of that, goes to the outside. But no, Savage now working the arms of Harley Race, getting him down on his back. Savage has gotten a count-out victory before. No, both men get it at the count of 9. Savage just gets his elbow driven into Harley Race's knee. Harley Race thrown into the ropes. Savage with the knee. Savage going to the top. Diving elbow drop. I don't think he hit it. I think he might have missed. Both men get up at the same time. Elbow to the back. Savage going for it again. Savage senses blood in the water. There we go. He hit him there. Goes for the pinfall. There are no ropes. 1, 2, 3. Savage! So what that means, next week, next week is going to be the B bracket. But in 2 weeks, Killer Kowalski in the main event will go up against Randy Savage. Here's why that's important. Killer Kowalski beats Randy Savage. They tie. And that means that there will be a single elimination tournament between at least Killer Kowalski and Randy Savage. If Harley Race wins next week, it will be a 3-way elimination tournament. In which one of the competitors will get a bye. I think shows that random. So that's interesting. So we know Randy Savage is going to be involved in the finals of the A bracket, potentially going up against the winner of the B bracket, which we know is at least going to be Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman, if next week he wins his match up against Chavo Guerrero, who is down here, then he clinches it. He wins the B bracket, but it's still possible that that he loses, and then Neptune Man, Martin Burns, or Harker Holly wins their match, and, yada, yada, yada. But we'll talk about that next week. What's important is that Randy Savage has just earned him, he's going to be in the deciding factor for who wins the A bracket. If he wins next week, or in 2 weeks, he wins the entire tournament. Or he wins the entire A bracket. Shit, I can't talk. We're going to end the show now. I'm going to save some more. Okay. So that's been TTWA. If you liked this, I have a bunch of VODs of it on Twitter or YouTube.com/ToemTrouser. I also do Let's Plays. Right now, if you like watching Nemesis wrestle, I'm doing a series. I'm trying to figure out if Resident Evil 6 is worth $9. So go watch that. I'm also doing a Let's Play of BioShock, which is one of my favorite games of all time. I do these every Wednesday at 10:15 Central Standard Time. So come on down and watch. But in the meantime, my name's been ToemTrouser. Take care of yourselves.